I hope you are familiar with different kinds of graphs. Graphs are basically used to represent the data pictorially. There is a line graph, bar graph and histogram. The one we are going to study in this video is called as pie chart. Pie chart is also called as circle graph. This kind of graph is used to show something which is divided and shared. I will explain more about pie chart using an example. Pie chart uses a circle. The complete circle represents the whole data. You can see fragments of circle which are called as sectors. These portions make some angle with center of the circle. Each sector represents the share of the specific entity from whole data. Let's say we have this data and we try to represent this data using pie chart. This is the data of 36 students. 12 students prefer walking to school. 8 students reach school by bicycle. 3 use bus to reach school and 4 by car and 9 by school van. There are 36 students. This circle represents total number of students. We will be dividing this circle into sectors which represent students who prefer different logistics to reach school. Since there are 36 students and complete circle makes an angle 360 degrees, each student can be represented by sector which makes an angle 10 degrees. Let's first represent students who walk to the school. There are 12 such students. Since each student can be represented by sector of 10 degrees, 12 can be represented by 120 degrees. This is the sector which makes 120 degrees with the center of the circle. This sector represents the number of students who reach the school by walk. There are 8 students who reach school by bicycle. Since each student can be represented by sector of 10 degrees, 8 can be represented by 80 degrees. This is the sector which makes 80 degrees with the center of the circle. This sector represents the number of students who reach the school by bicycle. Similarly, it is angle 30 degrees for 3 students. This sector represents the number of students who take bus to the school. Similarly, it is angle 40 degrees to represent number of students who take car and 90 degrees for students who reach school by school van. I hope now you get the idea what is pie chart. The pie chart is used to represent the share of an entity. In this case, the complete circle represents the total number of students and each sector represents the share of number of students who prefer to use different means to reach school. By this example, we learned how to represent the given data in pie chart. It is equally important to learn to interpret the given pie chart. It is important to learn to analyze the given graph. Let's do this using another example. Let's say we have this pie chart. This pie chart shows expenditure and savings of a family in a year. Can you tell me what is the expenditure on education if income of the family is 75,000? From the graph we can say family spends 12% on education. 12% of 75,000 is 9,000. Hence, we can say family spends 9,000 on education. If family had income of 1 lakh, then according to this pie chart, expenditure on education is 12,000 because 12% of 1 lakh is 12,000. By looking at the graph and income of the family, you can easily calculate their expenditure on food, transport, housing and etc. This is how we analyze and interpret the graphs. Do check pie chart video in problem solving section where I solve some more problems which can help you to understand pie chart better.